forgot to put whistle. Welcome to Bat Signals from the Multiverse, a Facebook and YouTube live podcast shining a light across Gotham, Marvel, and the infinite chaos of comics, movies, and pop culture. Each week we fire up the signal to talk comic reviews, movie breakdowns, passionate debates, ridiculous games, and the occasional crossover no one asked for, but you're gonna get it anyway. And if you miss us live, you can catch the show later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your audio fix. I'm the host, the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butin, and I can't do the episode without my tag team partner because we are the tag team podcast champions of the world. I have with me the unverified twin of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the eyebrows. The unverified twin of Dave Bautista in the head wrinkles. The unverified twin of Carl Weathers in the mustache.
The savor.
And Tony Todd in the right earlobe. And finally, yes, even Shamar Moore in the nipples.
Yes, sir.
All right, we are the reigning podcast tag team champions of the multiverse, and tonight, Brian, what are we going to talk about?
Stand in line with Black History Month because Black history is American history. This week, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, joining us for the best time of your week and the best time of ours, we're going to discuss this week the best African-American characters in the Marvel Universe. My name is Brian S. Dennis, and this week the S stands for Daywalker. Bradley, I wonder why.
I wonder, and our brains are connected at a level, and this is why we are the tag team partners. You'll see when we get to building the Mount Rushmore of Marvel's greatest African-American characters or black characters, because I went outside of America in mine.
That's all good. And as we keep talking about what a great tag team we are, and we're moving towards WrestleMania season, we'll talk more about this as we want to wrestle. But Brad, I think it's time that we lay down the gauntlet. I say we challenge the Hardys. We challenge the New Day. We challenge any members of the MFT. We maybe even challenge the Fabulous Freebirds, because I think there's only one of them left.
Yeah.
Michael Hayes. I say we challenge anytime, any place to join us on a podcast, Royal Rumble, Iron Man, Steel Cage, Over the Top Rope, Things Are on Fire, barbed wire match. Anytime, any place, as long as it's before 9 o'clock, because I like to go to bed.
Yeah, you hear that? You hear it. I heard it. The challenge is made, and we are going to reign supreme.
As
suckers.
Always, suckers, yes. This is that sucker-free zone, sir. All right.
All right, man. So before we get into wrestle, let's talk about our signals of the week.
Let's do it.
What are we watching?
All right, so a couple things. Some of the things we've been watching every week, for me anyway. Continue to watch The Pit. School Spirit, Shrinking Season 3 are coming back. It continues to be really, really good. This coming week, you've got the return of some shows that have been on hiatus. So we've got the return of shows like Ghost. We got the return of DMV, which is one of my new sleeper favorites. And Bradley, as we record on Sundays, tomorrow is the beginning of Season 2 for Paradise. And I cannot wait. I've done the Paradise rewatch, even though I don't think I've ever stopped watching it. But I did a episode 1 through the end of Season 1 rewatch. It, of course, holds up. We're so excited for the show. Sterling K. Brown, Shari, everyone. And I really hope, and I haven't heard any spoilers, I really hope they find a way to continue to keep James Marsden in the show somehow, even with the next step they're going on. So for me, I already tell you that unless something else really comes strong, that's definitely going to be in my favorites for next week.
Absolutely. If you are a friend of the podcast, we gave Paradise Season 1 very, very high ratings. Like this was this was probably, I think this is both our favorite show of the year.
I think it was.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was so good. Man, anytime you can take a show and you can be like, just surprise the shit out of us,
Yes.
we're in for it, man.
You got to give the producers and the writers so much credit, because in a day that we live in, it's really hard to have any type of authentic surprises. There's always a spoiler that gets out, a script, you see something. But really about this, they did such a great job of really in everything. And all the advertisements, all we win. I'm not going to retell the story. I've told it tons on the podcast. But for your initial thing to go, you got to watch it right now, which I waited about an hour and then watched it, and I totally get it. It is a fantastic show. If you've not watched Paradise, it streams on Hulu. Check it out. It is one of the shows that gets our highest recommendations. Check it. It's a great show. So catch up on season 1, and again, season 2 starts tomorrow night.
Yeah, man, dude, in perfect timing, because Night of the Seven Kingdoms is the finale is tonight.
Yes.
So I mean, I like that it's a quick show, 6 episodes.
Yes.
I hope it gets a season 2, because I do think there's gonna be more story to tell.
Yep.
But other than that, man, like I've been watching Wild Cards, which is it's good, man. Not great, good. I'm enjoying it. It's a good, like, kind of palate cleanser at the end of the night.
Sure.
And did you get into there's only murders, or the only murders in the building?
Yes.
Okay, so I've never watched it.
So much, yes.
And
I think
I started
I'm a season
the journey.
or 2 behind, but yes, I was a late. It sounded like you as well. I was a late person to come to it because I thought Steve Martin Short. I have seen them, and like I'm a big fan of the movies Three Amigos. So I go, But as soon as I started watching it, I'm with it. I also have a lot of friends that are those murder pod lovers, those true crime show lovers. So go, I get it. I totally get it. But yes, I have seen it, and you just got started with it yourself?
Yeah. So
all right.
We'll see how long it takes me to get through it. And I haven't got to Fallout Season 2 yet, besides the first episode. I know. Shame me.
And you know, it is really good because it expands so much on the Fallout universe. And what it really does, without getting to the spoilers, it really did a great job of, it definitely introduced some new characters. But I think what it did even stronger is it took some of the characters, well, many of the characters, honestly, that you were introduced to in season 1 and really fleshed out their characters even more, including showing you that things are not, even folks we thought were really, really good or really, really bad, it's much more convoluted with that. And they introduced characters, trying to do the tightrope here, they introduced characters in the last 2, maybe 3 episodes that you feel like, okay, they got to bring him in for season 3. So I really love season 1. You know that. I think season 2 was even better, and Walter Goggins especially continued to do it. And let's remember, this is a show based on a video game, as was Heavy Metal. So the fact that they have taken video, and that used to be, and we're so glad we're at this point with our entertainment, it almost been like you could really cross off movies and TV shows based on video games and movies and TV shows based on comic book stuff, unless you're one of those really, really nerdy people, or unless you really know all the source material, it won't work. And that's why I have to say they were niche shows. And now so we have Heavy Metal, Fallout, and really the upper echelon, The Last of Us. These are video games that, and if you ever played any of the games, especially with Fallout and Last of Us, they were deep stories as well. That to see that coming fruition as shows, and they have to be shows that you stream because they kept up the language and the violence in all 3 of them. You can definitely put, I think, Fallout and The Last of Us in another category as far as depth. But even Heavy Metal still really, really done well. And I'm just so glad to see these shows getting the love as well as comic books. Like, we can talk about Marvel and MCU all day, Marvel and DC all day long, but you add in shows like the Boys universe. You've got The Boys, you've got Generation V, as well as Invincible. So many of those shows are just fantastic. So again, just glad to see the nerd universe getting a lot of love and a lot of street cred out there for quality shows. Yeah,
that's a good segue into a little bit of comic talk here, because they announced that Mask is coming back to comics. And it's going to be taking place in the Energon universe. So this is going to be with G.I. Joe and Transformers, which is, I mean, like, why is this not there?
Yes.
It's being co-written by Robert Kirkman. And if you haven't read any of the Energon universe, what are you waiting for? We're already getting animated series for G.I. Joe and Transformers, which is the best way to tell those stories.
Absolutely. So, Brad, when you were a kid, which one did you collect more? I assume you collected. Did you have more toys from Mask or toys from Transformers? Or G.I. Joe? Let's put those three. G.I. Joe, Transformers.
I had more G.I. Joe because a single G.I. Joe is cheaper.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it was Mask, and then it was Transformers.
Same.
Same.
Yeah. Same. I remember I got a Bumblebee. I got Bumblebee because Bumblebee was always. I love Optimus as the leader, but my day-to-day transform was always Bumblebee, not Goldbug. They broke my heart when they did the whole Goldbug thing.
Yeah.
But when I remember unwrapping Bumblebee, and I don't think now, especially post-puberty, I can hit that octave anymore. But I really think I broke a couple windows in my house when I saw Bumblebee. I can't even shriek that high. So I am so high, but Mask was right there as well. You're right. It really was a price point driven thing of G.I. Joe's, then Mask, then Transformers. And also Transformers are just bigger, right? So they cost more. So that's very, very cool. But I had my Optimus Prime until midway through college. Then my mother, in her infinite wisdom, because I wasn't living full-time at home anymore, thought she would help me by cleaning my room. So I know I'm taking your time, but I want to share this for any listeners or friends of the podcast. This is probably unfair to say, especially moms, but any parents out there, if your kiddos are collecting anything, if they're keeping them clean, they're not overrunning your house. If your kid goes to summer camp, much less college, much less a job, check in.
Yeah.
Don't trash it, or as my mom did the whole garage sale and like, oh wow, I got $5 for your and she called them your army men.
Yeah, right.
My army men. You mean my collection of G.I. Joe action figures?
Yes.
Yeah, and your cars. You mean my
robots in disguise?
And then this is the one that broke my heart because she knew what she thought. I don't know, to help me mature, which see how well that works. I still do a podcast every week on this stuff. And those weird cats. Brad, I had the entire, when I say entire, the entire collection of Thundercats. I'm talking all the Thundercats, all the mutants, Mum-Ra, and most of the vehicles, including a cat's lair. The amount of yards I cut. These hands have never. This is like I'm trying to choke someone. Let me be nice.
Right.
I'm going to do the open. These hands have never healed. But Mom, because her birthday was this past week, RIP to Dot Dennis. Mom, love you to death. But yeah. So check in with your kiddos. They may be worth a lot of money if you just give it a decade or two. All right.
Right.
Thank you for the vent. I will now turn this back over to you, buddy.
All right, man. I'm going to talk a little bit more about comics.
Yes, sir.
The Absolute universe is going to grow. We're going to grow with an Absolute Catwoman, who's already been introduced in the Absolute world. And we're going to get a mini-series for Absolute Green Arrow. And I absolutely love this direction. Do we know if it's going to be Oliver Queen? We don't. All we know is that a person with green arrows is going to be serial killing the billionaires that killed Oliver Queen. And if that's not Oliver Queen,
love it.
I mean, like this is great.
Is there a Connor Hawk in this Absolute universe?
Not that they've announced yet. But right.
Okay.
Yes, man. I'm so stoked for it. And then there's going to be a Justice Legion in the works as well.
Yes.
And do you know who the new, coming out of DCKO, who the new leader of the Titans is going to be?
Do not.
Red Hood. And guess who is number one? Yeah. With guess who?
Give it to me.
Fair Play. The son, the autistic son of Mr. Terrific.
Yes.
And so there's a book that came out not long ago, part of DCKO, because all the big stars are playing in the tournament. It's called The Kids Aren't All Right. Well, they had Fair Play, and what was the time displaced sidekick of Mr. Terrific? I can't think of it now.
Me either.
But anyway, they're both in it, and I'm like, all right, cool. So great. Well, they're going to be in the Titans, which is fantastic. I think it's going to be awesome. I will be getting it for sure. Other than that, man, we talked a little bit about the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and also here's my quick pitch for. We have one more episode of Traders for the season.
Yep.
And then you will never have to hear me talk about it again, unless you get cast, because I am going to send my audition in.
You should. You totally should, brother.
Absolutely, as the Emperor of Awesome. That is correct. Brian, I think it's time to talk some wrestling.
Let's do it, my friend. As always, Bradley, want to wrestle?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. As you know, Bradley and I are huge fans of professional wrestling, primarily WWE, and we even get some follows on social media by some folks. So this coming Saturday is the annual pre-WrestleMania final PLE Premium Live event on the road to wrestling called the Elimination Chamber. While the card is not set in stone, particularly 2 individuals need to be added to the card, which will happen tomorrow night as we're recording. But Brad, I'm just going to run out the card as it sits. Get your thoughts on who you with. And as always, I want a head pick and a heart pick. So we're going to move away from the Elimination Chamber because those aren't finished yet. I will ask you what's currently there. But let's talk about the 2 matches that are currently set. So match number 1 for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, you have Becky Lynch, who is not only the best wrestler in the world that she says it, but other people say it. Sports Illustrated says it, Bleach Report says it, we all say it. So Becky Lynch defending against AJ Lee, who is CM Punk's, or most people say their favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. So Becky, who has lost to AJ a couple times in multi-person matches like War Games and a mixed tag match, this will be AJ's first singles match in well over a decade. She's in it with Becky, who legitimately is one of the best women wrestlers of all time. Do you think Becky retains or loses to AJ? And again, and this is in Chicago, so AJ has a major home field advantage. Sometimes that works in a person's favor, sometimes it doesn't. But head and heart pick. Let's do your heart pick first. Who do you want to win this match? Becky or AJ?
Yeah, my heart is going to go AJ all the way. And you know what? My head is going to go to AJ as well.
Yep.
Because I think they're going to set up a husband-wife champion.
Really? Okay, similar to what they do in AAA?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Man, by the way, that might... Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh, no, that's it, man. I mean, just saying, like, I think it'd be interesting to see AJ with the Intercontinental. She's never had it. She built the league. I mean,
she built the Divas belt, and So, and you saying it's very interesting because I don't know if you play any of the WWE video games, but in the WWE video games, they do have under the NXT umbrella a mixed tag team title belt. That's one of the storylines.
Oh, nice.
So that's after one of the storylines. You create a character. Is you and another created character, one male, one female. You have to compete for the NXT mixed tag team title. So those actually live within the WWE's video game universe. So who knows? They might bring it to live as well.
I mean, that might be in the box.
It could be. For me, my heart and head picks are also AJ. I think, though, I'm thinking to set up another reason. I think AJ wins in Chicago to then have the rematch with Becky at WrestleMania. And I think that's it. Yeah. That AJ comes back for 4 matches. She wins the first 3, including winning the Women's Intercontinental title. Becky comes in, wins the title back at WrestleMania. That makes her a 3-time Women's Intercontinental Champion, which also she can just start adding to that. She's not only the greatest, but most times, probably if you add up all the title reigns, also the longest reigning. So I think that is what we will see out of the Becky-AJ match. Next up, I'm glad we're having this match, because I think they're going to do even better, but also just kind of know how the match is going to end up. But We have CM Punk also again in Chicago. And those of you who don't follow wrestling, CM Punk, so his name is Phil Brooks. He wrestles under the name CM Punk. The CM in CM Punk stands for Chicago Made. So he is born and raised in Chicago. He has Chicago emblems throughout his wrestling gear. So he famously returned to the WWE and Chicago. He always gets a huge hero's welcome in the city of Chicago. So he will be defending against Fergal Devitt, or as most of us know him as Finn Balor. By the way, sometimes you wonder if people's wrestling names are better than their real names, or why people come up with this. There's two great examples of this. One is Fergal Devitt, who wrestles as Finn Balor. The other one, do you know by any chance Shawn Michaels' real name?
Oh my gosh, yes, it's ridiculous. I can't think of it right off the top of my head.
It is
yeah.
Michael Higginbottom.
Yeah.
That is his real. If you said which one of these is a real name, Shawn Michaels or Michael Higginbottom, I think most people would go with Shawn Michaels. So again, makes perfect sense why he changed that name. All right. With that being said, heart pick and head pick, CM Punk versus Finn Balor.
I like that they're finally pushing Finn Balor, but he's not gonna beat CM Punk in Chicago.
Yep.
Head and heart is all CM Punk on this one. I think maybe we might get some outside interference, maybe, but Finn, I think, is done with Judgment Day. I think maybe this will be the breaking point for him to get out of Judgment Day. So, and it's time. It's time.
Yep. I agree. So I think very similar to you, I don't see Punk head and heart pick, same as yours. I don't see Punk losing, especially in Chicago, especially this is the last event before WrestleMania. He's mentioned that his lifelong dream was to always main event WrestleMania. Last year, he got part of that is he was in a triple threat match along with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. But this year, he would actually main event night, most likely, I'm assuming night one in a world title match. Well, actually, I'm lying to you. It was night two. I was thinking about it. He will most likely, truthfully, main event the very last match on night two against Roman Reigns. And by the way, we'll definitely give our prediction on that when we get a little closer to WrestleMania weekend. But with that, I agree with you. I think also that we will see Finn out of the Judgment Day. We are seeing him no longer use the Judgment Day music, the Judgment Day Titantron. He comes out with his Balor music, which is, by the way, is a banger song. It is way better.
It's way Balor.
Yes, it is. So I think this is what we will get. I think he loses, whether he loses, Punk's already beat him clean. So it may get where Dom, and now that JD's back, where we see some attempted interference by the Judgment Day that backfires, or he just loses hard fought to CM Punk. There'll be no shame in that. And then on Monday, go ahead.
What about this? What if Dominic and JD come to interfere and Finn beats them up?
That could happen.
And then loses the match.
That could happen.
And I love it. That's my headcanon.
There you go. Either way, I think what that sets up for WrestleMania, because I do agree, I think we get Finn leaving the Judgment Day and then having Finn versus Dom for the Intercontinental title. Last thing on this, though, because I've been playing with this idea about Dominic Mysterio, because I love Dominic Mysterio. I hope we get, and I go back and forth, I really hope what we get is the Intercontinental title match, Dominic defending against Finn. But what if they pulled this? I don't know if you remember from several years ago when Kurt Angle was the Eurocontinental champion, meant he held the now defunct European title and the Intercontinental title simultaneously, and he defended in a triple threat match against Chris Benoit and I want to say Chris Jericho. And the first fall would have been for the Intercontinental title title, and the second fall was for the European title. Dominic holds two championships, two singles championships. So what if they did this? Now, we've been saying we want it to be Penta and Rey Fenix versus the Usos in a ladder match, and hopefully get the Hardys involved in that. I still would prefer that. But what if we had Dominic doing a triple threat match? Because this would do a lot for AAA.
Yeah.
If at WrestleMania he defends not only the Intercontinental title, but also that AAA championship in a triple threat match where he loses. This is what they did in the previous match. Jericho pins Benoit and Benoit pinned Jericho. It's meant Angle, while he lost those titles, was not pinned in either fall, they could do something like that potentially as well. So I do think we're going to get a one-on-one match. But WWE, if you're listening,
we know you are.
That triple threat match idea might not be the worst thing ever. All right.
Right.
So the last two matches, again, they are not, because they're the Elimination Chamber matches. We do not know the sixth and final participant. The match got to be filled out tomorrow. So I'm just going to go through the match again. Head and Heart, you can go with either the 5 participants that are already in it, or you could go a mystery one. But if you go with someone that's not in the match, just tell me if you think with someone that's not in the match. We'll go. I'm not sure who the other triple threats are. So with that, I'm going to go with the women. So you got Tiffany Stratton versus Rhea Ripley versus Alexa Bliss versus Asuka versus Kiana James. And give flowers to Kiana James. That was someone I didn't see getting in this match and did a great one. And then the to be determined last person. So do you think it'll be Tiffany, Rhea, Alexa, Asuka, Kiana, or one of the folks that is not in the match currently?
I think it's going to, my head and heart on this one is going to be aligned as well with Tiffany Stratton.
Okay.
Tiffany Stratton, she came back with a huge pop, and I think she's going to take it.
All right, perfect. Looking at the current competitors, and I'm going to see if I can find out real quick with that Elimination Chamber what that missing triple threat match is. They'll be both again decided tomorrow night. But so looking at that particular match currently in the works here. Let's see who we've got here. I'm not finding it quickly, so we will just leave it open at this moment.
Sure.
But yeah. And then for me, I also will go with, I don't believe, I'm going to go with, unless it's Bianca Belair. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go.
That would be nice, but I know she's not even in the match, and she just posted pictures of her finger. So I don't think she's going to be around for WrestleMania this year.
And she also isn't, I know she is not listed in any of those ones. So I agree, we'll go with you with Tiffany. And then with the men's triple threat match, we have Randy Orton, LA Knight. We always got to do it. Yeah. Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, or again, a person to be determined. So you want to go with the 5 that are listed, or do you want to think it'll be someone else?
You know what? I am going to go with the 5. I was really happy to see Javon Evans get in, but they're not going to give him a first-year shot at main eventing WrestleMania, as much as emphasis as they're put on him, and as much as we love to watch Bouncy, and that last match was fantastic.
Yes.
I don't think it's going to be Trick Williams. He's good, but for the same reason, he's just been called up. I think that if Oba Femi was in there, I think he would be out of any of the people they just called up.
Oba's going to have a major match at WrestleMania. He's just not in.
Yeah, it's going to be Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. You think it'll be Brock?
I think it's going to be Brock.
Okay. Would
but like, I would love to see him be in that elimination chamber.
Yes.
You know what, Cody? I don't think Cody needs it right now. He's going to be promoting Street Fighter before too long.
Sure.
So I don't think they're going to be giving him a belt. Now, I need Randy. My heart pick is Randy Orton.
I thought for sure you were going to say LA Knight when you whittled it down. You going with Orton over LA Knight?
I'm going. You know what? Oh man. Okay, my brain is gonna say LA Knight.
Okay.
He's got a good pop right now. Out of the 5 that we got,
yep.
I'm gonna say LA Knight, but my heart is saying RKO.
Fantastic. For me, my head and heart pick are gonna be Cody Rhodes for no other reason, but I don't think the story's over with. Pun intended. I think Cody wins. But what I think happens is somehow this turns into a triple threat match with Cody and Jacob Fatu challenging Drew, and then I see either Drew, same as you said with Street Fighter, either Drew retains or Jacob wins. So I think Cody, while he goes to the main event, I do not see Cody winning. He's going to get another title shot, obviously. Not only title, he's going to get another title run. Obviously, with all the time commitments with the movie, he could take 6 months off, similar to what Roman Reigns, Undertaker, Triple H, they've done with a variety of people, is they can take time off for side projects, injury healing, have babies, all the things, and when you're at a certain level, all you gotta do is show up, and you're back in the main event picture. So I think that'll be good. So I agree with you that, I don't agree with you. I have Cody winning both head and heart. But I do think what we'll see between now and WrestleMania is I think we get Jacob Fatu somehow added to that match. With that being said,
that would be nice.
I got one last, because I don't think, again, if you look at night 2, it's going to be Punk and Reigns. I was talking about this earlier today. We've seen Cody versus Drew a lot over the past year, and mostly Cody beating Drew. So for Cody and Drew to have this long rivalry that Cody dominated, at least when it comes to the wins, Drew only win because Jacob Fatu got involved in the match, and then for Cody to beat Drew at WrestleMania, it does nothing for Drew. So having that triple threat match, it raises that matchup a little bit. Jacob Fatu is very popular right now. And again, I think the longer story of those 3 men would be Jacob versus Drew. And again, give Cody at least a minute to get fresh, to do the movies, all the things. We can't miss if you don't go away. So I think that's definitely going to happen. And then my final question is, Bradley, you texted me. What's in the box, man? What do you think?
My head and heart. I guess my head doesn't really know, but
Okay.
In one aspect, it's kind of dumb if it's a person, right?
True.
Because they got to eat.
Right.
They have to live.
They have to do other things as well.
They have to do every other things as well. Maybe it's a hint to a person, and that person's going to show up at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And so you get to thinking like, okay, what is the 28th of February, right?
Uh-huh.
It's the last day of February. Maybe it's the box that needs some walls to break down.
Yes.
Is this going to be Y2J?
Yes.
And I tell you what, you and I won't be able to watch it live.
Yes.
So
but I will be avoiding
family,
any and all spoilers. I'll be watching it overnight. Believe me, brother.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will get all the spoilers, but I would be crying like a little baby if it's Y2J.
Yes.
I hope it's that, or I hope it's the Hardcore Championship makes a comeback.
Okay.
Hardcore Championship belt. Those are my. So I'm kind of thinking.
So you and I fan casted somewhat similarly is right. It can't be a person. That doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
But what it could be is if you open a box, and what you see is hanging from the box is a jacket. Jericho is known in his WWE world, especially for these really cool, ornate, usually light up jackets. So they open it, and what you see is his arm reach, take the jacket off, take the jacket out, put it on, or someone else takes it off the hanger, they hand it to him, and that's what we see is Jericho does a promo, maybe comes out to the ring, nothing physical. We're gonna wait on that, because I told you before, one of the rumors is potentially a Jericho KO match, which I think will be fantastic to see that. But to see Jericho back at Elimination Chamber, like you said, breaking those walls down, I think fantastic. So I agree with you. I think it'll be somehow a reference to Y2J, Chris Jericho, and I hope he brings, well, it's his music, so why not? But I hope he brings the Judas music as well. I mean, it's from Fozzy, so why not?
It is a freaking awesome, hard-hitting song, man.
Song. It is
Dude,
a great ass song.
so good.
It is, yes.
So, okay, Jericho comes back. Is he going after Gunther so Gunther can retire him?
I could see that. So I could see, especially if, I mean, I didn't look to see how old he is, but he's got to be towards the television career. Now, he did a good job previous AEW run of having short runs in the ring, then away from the ring so he can freshen up his character. I think it was when he's at his best, but he spent a lot of time in AEW. He's taking a lot of bumps in AEW. He probably is, and he probably does want to end with the WWE. That being said, it would make sense if he came in, got a handful of matches. So if it is him versus KO for his first program, he has that. Probably debuts as a heel. Somehow loses to Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens going to come back as babyface. He is. And then, so we're not going to get the Kevin Owens, Randy Orton match we wanted to, but that's all right. But what we will get maybe is if Jericho loses out ultimately in the feud with that Gunther arguing with him, and then we get a match with them. Like you said, Gunther can then be the future career killer. But here's what I was thinking, not you brought him up. Again, we have this telepathy going. Gunther really isn't a career killer. Like, they're booking him as a career killer. If you think about it, the three people that Gunther quote unquote retired, and yes, we know wrestling is choreographed, but with Cena and Goldberg and Cena, do them in order. Goldberg and Cena, whether they won or lost, that was their last match.
That's true.
And with Jericho, with AJ Styles, this was his last year. So it wasn't like he tapped out Javon Evans or Cody or anyone with a lot of years left. You would assume all three people that he has quote unquote killed their careers. Two of them, it was their last match, and one of them, it was his last year. And I don't think we're done with AJ Styles, primarily because, again, tomorrow as we record, they're going to be in Atlanta. They have this celebration for AJ Styles. WWE always advertise, or whenever they advertise any type of celebration, something happens, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just going to be AJ out there high-fiving, kissing babies, all that. Gunther is going to show up. And I think what we may get, even though because Gunther, as of right now, doesn't have a match for WrestleMania. He did not qualify for the Chamber. But they're going to want him in a high-profile match. So I say AJ's retired, but AJ gets one act, because again, the whole deal with how he left the ring and all that. AJ doesn't have what AJ, maybe Gunther attacks Dragon Lee. We saw that last week when he didn't get to the Chamber. AJ comes out, lays hands on Gunther, maybe embarrasses Gunther, and we get this running arc. Then AJ, as a fan, comes out, attacks Gunther, and the only way Gunther can get his hands on AJ is give AJ one more match at WrestleMania, where AJ can actually even win that match. Gunther can still say he retired because he only got the one more match. He let him come back in, but AJ gets that one more match at WrestleMania, beats Gunther, and that actually is the end of AJ's story. I think the fans will go nuts. I just booked the WWE. Feel free to use it, but I think that's what we're gonna get.
I love it, man. Anything else, or did we kind of hit everything on?
We have hit
WWE?
all the things, my friend. So let's get on to our real. Oh, what a rush for Rushmore, brother. Let's do it.
That's right. So our topic, or I'm sorry, we're not ranking anything. We are carving history. We are going to build you the Mount Rushmore of Black or African American Marvel characters. That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
I got 10. Brian's got 10, and then we're
Yes,
going to
sir.
kind of discuss them. I think we're going to have a little bit of crossover in this one. Now, Brian, I made a prediction last week, and I was right on.
You were. I think, was it 6 last week?
6. Do you
Okay.
want to make a prediction tonight?
You know,
I think
revisit-
we're going to have 7.
Let me revisit. Okay.
7. I'm going to say 7 the same, 3 different for me.
I'm going. I want to go. You know what? I love our telepathy, my friend. However, you know what? Yeah, I think you're good. I think 7 works.
7. Okay, so we're both in agreement.
I almost said 6. Let's go 7. Let's go 7.
Okay.
Let's test it out. Let's
We're
test
gonna
it
see if
out.
I keep this train rolling.
Okay. All right.
All
so I led off last week. Why don't you lead off this week?
Okay, cool. I'm going to start with number 10. Now, this is a character who I've known about, I've liked, and has been in some iterations, but was never so good until he was in Ironheart. And that is the Hood.
Nice.
Man, the Hood, cool character, cool cat.
Yes,
I
yes.
like the spectral stuff. I like the gun with the bullets. So cool.
Yes.
All right, there's my number 10.
Okay.
Number 9. Now this is one that I think that you and I are going to have on the same.
Okay.
Okay. Killmonger. Fantastic character. I mean, really underlooked until the movies came out, and I mean,
True.
with good. I mean, Marvel, Black Panther, the comic was never so successful until the movies came out, and
Correct.
it took a lot of eyes on the Wakanda. I mean, I first to admit, I only had a couple of Black Panther comic books up until that time.
Sure.
I just don't know a lot. And I'm more of a DC guy than a Marvel guy, but neither here nor there.
And Michael B. Jordan's portrayal was fantastic
Yes.
as well, which carries so much of that. I mean, coming out of that movie, I think as great as I noticed in the chat with Bozeman nor the Black Panther character, his portrayal of Killmonger it stole the movie. It stole the movie. When you can have the villain die, and there was no doubt he was the villain. He absolutely was the antagonist of the movie. People were sad. I watched that movie, and that's what people were speaking of. Like, he couldn't just beat him; he had to die, right?
Yeah.
Like, we wanted Killmonger, and we did get him a bit in Wakanda Forever, so that was great.
Right.
But it's the idea of we really wanted more of Killmonger. So, all right.
Yeah, and they wanted to resurrect him to take the mantle of Black Panther.
Absolutely, we're trying to figure that out. Absolutely, yes. All right, number 8, my buddy, my friend.
All right, man. This one. We might have more than that. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, I don't think this one's gonna be on there. I'm not gonna count this one.
Okay.
This is more of a little bit obscure. We get there in the comic, or we talk about this character pretty often.
Sure.
He's a Superman level character. Blue Marvel. Cool. Comics don't know what to do with him.
Yep.
You don't know a lot about him because they don't flush him out.
Yep.
He's kind of like the Milestone from DC. They don't know what to do with the character of Blue Marvel. They don't know if they need to make him an Earthbound. They don't know if they need to make him, in the space. But he's a cool cat, super cool character. Number 7. This one I do believe we're gonna have on there.
Okay.
T'Challa's sister, Shuri. Tony Stark, and she's smarter than Tony Stark.
She is smarter than Tony Stark.
Yeah, I mean, one of the smartest characters in Marvel, was portrayed amazing in the movies. So well done, and I know we were supposed to get a Wakanda show. I don't know if that's still in the works or not, but
I don't know if anything beyond Eyes of Wakanda. I agree with you. We were supposed to get a live-action Wakanda show. I'm not sure where that's currently at. Although Eyes of Wakanda was fantastic. But yes, I don't know where we're currently sitting with that. Yes, I don't know where we're currently sitting with a potential live-action that. But again, the show, the movies have been fantastic, and I agree with you that just the casting overall was and Letitia Wright, especially as Shuri, was fantastic.
All right, next, my number 6. I don't think we're gonna have this one in common. We might. I think I may have undershot this one. War Machine. Tony Stark's best friend. Dude, War Machine, so underrated. We were supposed to get an Armor Wars TV series that never came out.
Yep.
And it's too bad. Terrence Howard and oh my gosh, why can't I think of his name? The current War Machine. Who took over for Terrence Howard and
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, thank you very much. I was like, man, my brain was blank there. Okay. Next, number 5. We've already talked about Wakanda. Black Panther, T'Challa is on there. Man, you cannot watch Black Panther without a tear in your eye.
True.
It's one of the best comic book movies that has been made in the last 10 years. Well, it's one of the best comic book movies that's ever been made. Period.
Absolutely.
I don't want to put a date on that.
Absolutely.
Man, yeah. I know this is gonna be on Brian's list, so I'm gonna let him pick that one up here in a little bit. Getting into my top 4, this is where this one and my number 3 kept on going back and forth, and forth.
Okay.
If you've listened to the podcast, you know that one of my favorite Marvel groups is Heroes for Hire. And
I was waiting on this one.
Heroes for Hire is 2 people, which is Iron Fist and Luke Cage. Man, the
By the way,
show...
can you imagine? I gotta take it on a quick side quest.
Yeah.
We're all adults here. Can you imagine if you're on like a Tinder date and you match with a superhero and it goes, so who are you? They call me Iron Fist. That could either make or break a date real quick right there.
It really could.
Like, yeah,
really I think you need to go down the block for that one.
Yeah. Like, so does it have to be iron? I mean, can you control it? Like,
yeah.
Is this a good thing? Yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, iron can that break vibranium?
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see if you date Shuri in the future and see how that works out for her. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. All right. My number 3 that I was going back and forth. This is a character who was made in the image of the godfather of our podcast, Samuel L. Jackson. Literally, when they went to make the comics, when they went to make the Ultimate Universe originally, they made Nick Fury, eye patch and all, after Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep.
And it was the best decision that ever happened to the character. So much so that is the Nick Fury. I mean,
yes.
Like Nick Fury is not.
If you look at the comics, he is no longer David Hasselhoff. He is Samuel L. Jackson. Absolutely.
I mean, Green Arrow is literally David Hasselhoff's son right now.
Yes.
I love that game. Yes. But yes, Nick Fury, man, is my number 3 because he's such a big part of everything in there, in all of Marvel. And my number 2 is Storm, the wife of T'Challa. She's been the wife of Wolverine. However, she fits a lot better with T'Challa than she does with Wolverine. Wolverine doesn't need to be married. He doesn't need a love interest. It doesn't serve a lot of his books. But Storm as the queen of Wakanda absolutely makes sense.
Absolutely.
And Storm
I like her
is
with T'Challa so much better than with Wolverine. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Storm is one of the best characters that has been made in Marvel.
Yes.
And my final.
Oh, sorry, I got to interrupt you. Have you seen the interview that's going around? It was Halle Berry and Chris Hemsworth doing. I'm sorry, it was.
For Crime 101.
Shoot.
Yeah, they're both in that movie. So.
Okay. So I'm gonna forget her name just that quickly. She was in Mean Girls and Wedding Planners. Shoot.
Rachel McAdams.
Thank you.
Hmm?
So so anyway, there's an interview where Rachel McAdams interrupts both Chris Hemsworth and Halle Berry doing ads, and this is really cool moment where they give hugs and stuff. So that was one side, but then that spliced to a later interview that Halle did very recently, going, if you do press with Chris, ask Chris, because he knows, and this has become fairly viral, ask Chris, she goes, because he knows why, you will not see Storm in Doomsday. So she is actually kind of buried any hopes going, there will be no Storm in Doomsday. So there's all this great online chatter about it, but apparently, and I'm not sure if that got her in trouble with Marvel or not, but she was smiling, and not like she felt any kind of way about it, but she did say, for anyone who wants to know that, and this also going to be a swerve as well, but we will not see Storm as part of Doomsday at least. So,
well, but I do believe that we're going to get Storm as part, at the very, very minimum, we're going to get Storm as part of Secret Wars.
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
And and some of the thoughts are, you know, Thor's powers and Storm's powers are somewhat similar. And are you getting a little bit of just a little bit? Are you getting just a bunch of people throw lightning at each other? Yeah. But again, I agree with you. I don't see the Storm character, whereas Halle Berry is someone else playing her. I don't see them having the X-Men in the MCU now without Storm, one of the most iconic. And I'm more of a fan of, I want Mohawk Storm.
Oh,
that was like the only thing that X-Men Apocalypse got right. They gave us Mohawk Storm.
Yeah.
When you can't even get when shooting the album says Kratos the Skull. The actor that played Apocalypse. I'm drawing his name.
Isaac.
Oscar Isaac. Thank you. When Oscar Isaac can't save a role, that tells you something right there. That was,
right.
Those last two, that and you've got the New Mutants, you had X-Men Apocalypse, and then you had the Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
They've never similar, and that's one thing. Then I get back to let you give you number one. Under the new Marvel regime, they got Galactus right. Either stay away from Dark Phoenix, which is kind of what I hope they do.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do Dark Phoenix, hopefully they would do. They've got everything else that Marvel has historically not got right in movies. They got it. They did it right so far. So let's hope if they bring Jean Grey into this, which they will, if they go Phoenix or Dark Phoenix, they get it right. But enough of that side quest, sir. Who is your number one?
Man, my number one is the vampire slaying.
Yes, sir.
Blade. So here's the deal. Blade, we don't get to the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. We don't get to the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. Yep. We don't get to the MCU without Blade.
Yes.
Blade, man, the fact that we do not have a current Blade is a travesty. He is such a cool freaking character. Wesley Snipes just made those movies great.
Absolutely.
We didn't even care. We didn't even care. Marvel was about to go bankrupt. In fact, it was selling all his properties.
Yes.
So Sony got Spider-Man.
Yes.
You know, and yes. Dude, Blade saved the freaking day, and Blade is not looked upon as high as he should be. He is a leader of the Marvel Knights, one of the leaders of Marvels, which is also an imprint that what are they doing that they don't have it? Exactly. Why don't we have Marvel Knights, man? Exactly. I mean, we got Moon Knight.
Yes.
We got Daredevil. I mean, come on. What are we doing?
They've got Black Knight. I mean, there was so much of that at the end of the Eternals, and because the Eternals didn't do well, I made them over course correct. But you've already done the casting for Blade. You've done the casting for Moon Knight. You've done the casting for Black Knight. You have all these things, like you said, to make the Marvel Knights just pull the trigger, and maybe it's coming. But yeah, especially, I mean, you cast Kit Harington as the Black Knight. You have plans for that character, if that's what you cast. And yes, we are several years away from the Game of Thrones original run. So Jon Snow has been, he killed his auntie, so there's some trauma there.
Winter's over.
Winter's over. We're now
over. It's summertime right now.
Yes, it's spring and summer. All right. So with that, Bradley, do you want the count on how we did?
Yeah.
Sir, right on 7.
I was off on my 7 though.
Right on 7. You were off, I think, on. I'll tell you the one as we go through them. I think you're only off by 1. Okay. So here's who we have. No, wait. I think it was on. We had 7. I think one of the ones you predicted we didn't have. So here's my top 10. Number 1, of course, he's the godfather of our show. I couldn't have this list without one Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury. Number 9, absolutely, Killmonger. So love the Black Panther story series, the movies, all the thing they've done. And again, as you heard me say when you're doing your list, that Black Panther movie is not as done as well without Killmonger. They had to give a character as powerful, as respected as King T'Challa is, and they did that with the Killmonger character. So that is my number 9. So our first four and our last 3 are the same. So I mean, are where we matched up. Let me say that we matched up on my first 4 and my last 3. So we're in the middle where we didn't match. So number 8, War Machine. I actually was one of these people that was really sad when Terrence Howard basically screwed up with Marvel. But they actually made it better with Don Cheadle. In fact, at this point, I just rewatched Iron Man not that long ago, and it actually is a little weird to see, because they play the character very differently. With that, Terrence Howard plays it much more carefree than Don Cheadle, but Terrence Howard comes across as more carefree than Don Cheadle does as people. But absolutely love that. And I gotta say, I thought also the Don Cheadle character was the best part of Secret Invasion. So gotta give him that, as he played War Machine. And then number 7, of course, Luke Cage. Power Man himself. Sweet Christmas. You gotta give us that guy. So number 6 and 5 and 4, the ones we did not have, the 3 that we didn't have in common, which is Falcon, Sam Wilson Falcon / Captain America, Sam Wilson. Really love the character. I'm one of the few people that really loved him as Captain America in Brave New World. My biggest issue is how they treat the Red Hulk, but I actually do really like him. I think there's a great future in Marvel, especially because you're going to have that carrying over of some of those things you had between Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now you've got Captain America and Bucky. He doesn't even use the Winter Soldier moniker anymore, leading the Avengers / New Avengers, and that's obviously going to be a thing we see future. So I love that. Bishop. I've always been a huge
How did I not
Bishop
put
fan.
Bishop?
I was really surprised Bishop wasn't on your list.
Man, Bishop should have been on my list. I was even thinking about him too.
I absolutely love Bishop, and from the comics, I love it from the original X-Men show, but I really like that they made sure they really upgraded him, both in the movie X-Men Days of Future Past. He's only in it for a little bit, but I love that, and how they treat him in X-Men 97. So huge fan of Bishop. Again, I think one of the more underutilized characters in Marvel, so hopefully we get a little more love there. And then number 4, also a character I was surprised was not on your list, but we talk about him really regularly. If you got to pick someone other than Peter Parker to be Spider-Man, Miles Morales, my friend.
You know, I don't have an excuse for that one. I don't know, my brain wasn't thinking about Spider-Man or Bishop, and I was trying to figure out my list, and I'm like, I really like the Hood, and I was playing my Marvel Strike Force game, and so Well,
I think this is a great thing. I'm gonna take a quick tangent here. So when we talked about last week, our list was we had 6 in common last week, but also when you do any type of, whether you're comic book super familiar with the comics like you and I are, or you even do a little research, DC both has fewer African American characters, which again DC is older, and doesn't have them as many prominent positions. Take aside Mr. Terrific and a few others. By the way, we have our cameo. I'm going to say this statement and we'll get our cameo. With Marvel, this was actually harder to do because Marvel has so many. Again, Marvel really was birthed in the 60s during the Civil Rights Movement. Stan Lee's been very vocal on what was the guiding minds behind the X-Men. So again, very cool thing to do there. So I will finish my list after we do our cameo with Princess Leia.
You want to say hi? Okay. You have to say who your favorite African American black characters in Marvel are.
Black Panther, the one Cyborg.
That's DC.
Okay, but I heard Black Panther. That's Marvel. Okay. Do you like Storm? You know who you don't know who Storm is? Oh my. Oh my goodness, your dad is gonna catch holy hell for that one. All right, what about Blade? No Blade? All right, I'm gonna give you an easy one. Samuel Jackson's Nick Fury, the guy that's in all the Avenger movies, all the Marvel movies. What about Samuel Jackson?
Yeah,
You
I
like
know that.
Samuel Jackson?
Yep, I like
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right. So other than playing with your dad's ear, what have you been up to?
You're gonna what?
So other than playing with your dad's ear, what have you been up to?
I have been up to doing a concert, and then on Saturday, my parents bought a new couch.
Cool. Did you have to help carry it?
No, because it's coming on this Saturday.
Are you going to help carry it this coming Saturday? Are you going to carry the legs at least?
No, because they're getting somebody to put it in for them, so I don't have to
Okay.
help at all.
I still think you should help. Okay.
Me, Annie, and Mother are gonna be out doing stuff. So.
All right. Okay. That's fair. All right. Well, your dad and I need to get back to the rest of our list, so can I get a bye-bye?
Okay. Bye-byes.
Bye-bye, princess. Bro, she said she doesn't know Blade nor Storm. How is that a thing?
I don't know, man.
How is
I don't
that?
know.
I say she can't even go to school this week. She has to sit there and watch at least Blade and Blade 2. You can maybe let her. You can maybe skip
Slide
Trinity.
and Blade 3. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, unless you're gonna tell her, you know, this is the game. Like that's all I ask for. You know, or you know, there's also Jessica Biel in a leather outfit. There's nothing ever wrong with that.
Correct. And she really hasn't done anything in a while either.
No, she had a really good show in USA called. I'm gonna blank, but she did
like a true crime thing.
Yeah, I think it was 2 seasons. She got a lot of the show itself was good, and I know she got a lot of critical acclaim for it. But you know, I don't know. Sometimes when you marry Justin Timberlake, you have to tell your acting career. Yeah. Bye, sir. All right. Okay, so let me finish up my list. So number 3, Black Panther. Let's get right to it. All right. This was, and me putting him in my 3rd list, but just because the other 2 I just love so much. But the only thing I'm going to add for what you talked about earlier was one of the coolest things that Ryan Coogler and that team did with the Black Panther franchise. There's only been 2 movies, plus the Eyes of Wakanda series. Think about this. Can you imagine if Christopher Reeve had died after the first Superman movie? What would they have done?
Oh my gosh. That's
you know, if Hugh Jackman had died after X-Men in the year 2000, right? All these things. So you have the entire franchise, not to mention he's a phenomenal actor. And we don't want to soft serve the fact or minimize that a human being actually did pass away. He kept his illness really secret. And if you've seen some of the comments based on how he looked as in Endgame and a lot of those things, because he was very thin, people making a bunch of assumptions. By the way, this is why you don't assume anything about anybody that you do not know, even folks that you do know. But the loss of Chadwick Boseman, and then they made, while grieving, Wakanda Forever, and you talk about things that bring tears to your eye. That opening for the Marvel logo for Eyes of Wakanda, for Wakanda Forever, and talk about Letitia Wright, that first scene with her running through the lab with just the AI. That's the only person in that scene with her is the AI. So assuming when she was filming it, she may have had nothing to play off of that.
Yeah.
And to do such a phenomenal job, and then that opening, which gave us the best of Chadwick Boseman in the MCU, of silence, by the way, silence, none of that thunderous music we're used to hearing, and then for Wakanda Forever to be a better movie than Black Panther, and both of them are great, a better overall movie, including, this is my opinion, she got robbed of, Angela Bassett got robbed of the Academy Award. I think her role as Queen Ramon, she should have won the Oscar that year. All that being said, Black Panther as a character, Black Panther as a series of films and products is number 3. And this does, again, as an African-American person, speak so well about how just the continent of Africa is portrayed. So fantastic job there. I'm gonna be real short. My next 2 is number 2 is Storm. all the things you said. Plus, she's the queen of Wakanda. And number one is Blade. For every single reason, again, this is something we got going on.
Yeah.
Without Blade, you do not have an MCU. Without those 3 movies being licensed, along with Hulk and Spider-Man as well. Mm-hmm. But Blade was the first Marvel character to hit the big screen in any type of cinema we recognize now. And the money taken from the Blade movies, from the Sony Spider-Man movies, from the Sony Hulk movies, all that is what gave Marvel, like I said, they were selling products, gave them the money to make the MCU. So if you enjoy anything that is on Disney Plus now that is attached to Marvel, you got to thank Hulk, Spider-Man, but thank first and foremost Wesley Snipes as Blade. And I love seeing him reprise Blade with all his personal things he had gone through in Deadpool and Wolverine. Absolutely.
You know, I don't know if Marvel as a company, as a comic book company, survives without the Blade movie.
They do not.
Yeah, I mean, because
comic book sales were really low.
Really low at that time.
Really low.
Except for Batman.
Batman's really never taken a major slump. Like when it first came out, they came with the Comic Book Code Authority where they had to turn back, and that's when you got the more kitschy Batman. I think they inspired the 60s TV show. Wow. But even with that, it was still hot. It was just different. It was just different.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, you're right. Marvel very well could have gone under.
Holy Mount Rushmore's Bat Robin. That's bad. I can't. Holy.
That's okay. That's okay. I saw
Holy Mount Rushmore's Batman. No, that's not good either.
That was a little shaggy. That's a little shaggy. Yeah. I saw on social media. They actually people going. Oh gosh, it was like, did Batman in the 60s have like a $5 budget? Because they showed they didn't doctor it all. They showed a clip of a battle between Batman and Robin and the Joker in a gym. So Cesar Romero takes this obviously fake looking weight, like they have it painted, but you can tell, first off, Cesar Romero's an older guy. So he picked it up with and the Joker's not known for super strength, by the way. Picked up this huge weight, tosses it to Adam West. West catches it easily and throws it, and it had this horrible sound effect to try to make it sound like it was really heavy metal that didn't quite match anyway. And then you see him throw the batarang at the fleeing Joker, and West does flip it really good from his angle. And then there's obviously a different camera shot that shows the back of the Joker's head, and this thing is so softball. I don't even know if it hit the green wig that he was wearing, and it's so ludicrous. But in the 60s, it was like the top show on television. So Batman, sometimes it's just Batman.
You know, not to go too off in DC in this episode, but like, are you caught up in DC KO?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so the issue 4 came out, so there's one more issue to go, and it was down to the Joker versus Wonder Woman. So the Joker right away switches sides. It goes with the absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. He's like, I'm gonna go with these, which is perfect. I loved it so much. It was some great stuff. I think I sent you a couple of snippets of what Batman says.
You did.
And it was like, this is like Batman being Batman.
Yes.
But do you know who wins the tournament?
I do not. Tell me.
Would you like me? Okay, for warning, spoilers for DC KO, which, believe it or not, I did find this out. The KO doesn't stand for knockout.
Knockout? What's it stand for?
King Omega. What they're trying to be.
Yeah. So okay.
It's Lex Luthor. Okay. Lex Luthor wins.
We may have to check the recording. Did I call Lex at the beginning of this?
I think you did. I think
feel
you did.
Like I may have called Lex. So
I mean, I'm going to give that to you. Yeah.
Just because I'm a huge fan, and anything where he can be conniving, I feel RIP. I think he's passed away. All respect to Gene Hackman. Nicholas Holt's character is Lex Luthor, is the Lex Luthor we need. Is the not the Kevin Spacey for a lot of reasons, but that conniving, smart, angry, just maybe half a beat off from being unhinged. Lex Luthor, because that's who we have in the comics, and that's the Lex Luthor that we want. So that is great to hear, my friend.
So Brian, we do have a little bit of business left. Who are we putting on the Mount Rushmore?
All right, so just for recap for folks, of our 10, the 7 that we had in common are Nick Fury, Killmonger, War Machine, Luke Cage, Black Panther, Storm, and Blade. And our top 2 are the same.
The Blade and Storm are obviously going to go in.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if we match anywhere to Zach's spot. Those are the only 2 in the exact spot about, but we were close on a few others. All right.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, so really, I mean, I think you're going to agree with me. Black Panther has a spot up there.
Black Panther has a spot, and I don't think you can put. Now, are we basing it upon? I was gonna say, Luke. Are we basing
Luke or Nick Fury?
That depends. Are we basing it strictly on the comics, or on all properties? If you do
I think it's all properties, man. I mean, I really do.
I think if you do all properties, you got to put Nick ahead of Luke. If it was just in the comics, I think Luke wins out. But I think
agree.
If you do everything with as ingrained as Sam Jackson's portrayal has been. So we've got 2 spots. We've got Black Panther. We've got Nick Fury.
Storm and Blade.
You gotta have. I think honestly, I think you could definitely. I think Blade, for if you talk about all property, we spent the past several minutes talking about what the Blade character means for the business model of Marvel. So I think Blade gets on it. So we've got Black Panther, we've got Nick Fury, we've got Blade,
and Storm. Yeah.
And Storm. All right.
There it is.
The Beyonce of Marvel, right?
That is correct. Yeah, that's right.
All right.
So here it is. Right now, we are gonna say, Brian, why don't you give it? Why don't you do the honors, man? Who are we landing on for the mountainous set of the Mount Rushmore? Go ahead.
We are carving these characters in stone in no other place than the mountains of Wakanda as the Mount Rushmore, if you will, for Black characters based on Marvel. Of course, they're going to be supported by Nicholas J. Fury. He is the every omniscient without any powers member of the Marvel Universe. You have Blade. Without him, there is no MCU because there's no money to start the movie studio. And then, of course, you truthfully have the true power couple. Don't give me Scott and Jean. Oh, no. The true power couple in the MCU, without a doubt, is Storm as the Queen of Wakanda and the King of Wakanda. R.I.P. to Team T'Challa. R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman. But Black Panther, that is the Mount Rushmore of African-American MCU characters for this week's podcast.
If you disagree, let us know. If we got it wrong, I want to know what you think. Bring it. We are the reigning tag team podcast champions of the multiverse. I think I'm going to get I got to get belts made. We got to get belts made, man.
Absolutely.
All right, so here we go, Brian. I think we've nailed that. This is now, we're going to move on to totally not canon, and this is where the lore ends, our nonsense begins. Okay, so much like last week, I have a couple of movies that I need you, or characters from movies that you're going to see something in common with, and I need you to tell the world their place in Marvel. Okay?
All right.
So, for the first one, Brian, please explain to me, to the world, the people that are watching Bat Signals from the Multiverse.
Okay.
How is John Shaft part of the Marvel Universe?
John Shaft, a powerful, long-tenured detective of New York. Now, we all know that New York City exists within comic books, within the MCU, within the DCU. It's always there. So, in some places, it's New York. In some places, it's Metropolis. In some places, it's Gotham City. But New York has a strong place within comics and specifically within the MCU as we have the battle for New York. So we're going to drop him in the MCU as, quite simply, the aftermath of the Battle for New York in the first Avengers film. Someone has to clean up the wreckage. Someone has to clean up the mess. Someone has to be there for the citizenry. And who you gonna call? That's not the Ghostbusters. You're gonna call John Shaft, that bad mother. Shut your mouth. And not only will we bring about John Shaft because he is John Shaft, but I got one more for you. We're bringing John Shaft in this, as John Shaft is the secret brother, twin brother of Nicholas J. Fury. Nick Fury is a code name. All the previous heads of S.H.I.E.L.D. are known as Nick Fury. That would make sense how Nick Fury goes from looking like David Hasselhoff to Samuel Jackson. One further, similar to the widows in the Red Room, if you're going to be Nick Fury, you have to make a sacrifice for S.H.I.E.L.D. And taking inspiration from Odin in Norse mythology, you have to give up an eye. That is why every Fury has one eye, wears the patch that, if you watch the movies, is implanted with additional information held at the very highest levels of secrecy. And that is how Nicholas Fury changes his name to Nick Fury. And his brother John Shaft is who he trusts to help clean up New York, and quite possibly may be a member of the Department of Damage Control that we see in Marvel. So that is how John Shaft gets placed in the MCU.
All right, that was well and absolutely right on, my friend. So here we go. Brian S. Dennis.
Yes, sir.
Please explain to me.
Yes, sir.
How Zeus Carver from Die Hard with a Vengeance fits into the Marvel Universe.
You know, one of the things that Marvel unfortunately doesn't always capture, but we talk all the time about having things happen at the street level. We want to take it out of space. We want to take it out of the gods and goddesses. We're going to take it out of those folks to get the super soldier serum. And just what happens to the everyday person. So with Zeus Carver, or as some people call him, Jesus, and no, he's not Puerto Rican. If you know Die Hard with the Vengeance, you know that bit. He's helped John McClane. He returns home to his store. Things are going well. And then, just as I said before, during the Battle of New York, his electronics shop is destroyed. And as any typical angry person who loves to say MFer, he goes down to lodge a complaint. But who does he lodge his complaint to? He actually lodges his complaint to his cousin, John Shaft, who is the newly head of the Department of Damage Control. And because they're cousins, they have this great familial, they look alike. It's crazy.
That is crazy. That is
crazy.
It's crazy.
Like, someone's real daddy may not be their real daddy type situation, right? So as he talks to John Shaft, John goes, hey, I know a guy who works over here who can maybe get your store fixed, but we're going to use your new store as the front for the Department of Damage Control. So what had been the electronics store in Die Hard with a Vengeance now is the actual location for the Department of Damage Control and their underground work. So that is how I will bring in not only that, but perhaps during all this work, they find a spry young New York City detective, and with all these battles from space, they go, hey, we feel you might look good in not only in a suit. Bradley, this man in a suit, you think would be a blue suit?
No.
You think it would maybe be a red suit?
No.
if you're going to start an agency to defend us from intergalactic threats, what color suit do you think this person should wear?
Green.
Let's say they're out of green.
Give him a green. Give him a ring.
Give him a ring. Or as I was thinking, possibly a man in black. So if you want to bring the men in black, and I'm sure I'm breaking all kind of licensure agreements here.
Hey, this is totally not canon. It doesn't matter, man.
I would even go one step further, and that is actually one of the front, because you have that weird building in MIB. It's just not sure what it is. Move that to be in the basement of the electronics store that Zeus has as well, and so the MIBs are actually under that as well, because they launch out of New York. By the way, has everybody ever noticed that we have the Avengers Tower? You got the Men in Black. You've got, again, if you go over to DC, you've got, you got the Justice League's headquarters. You got all these things that happen in New York, but those New York real estate prices, how on earth is that a thing?
I don't know.
That might be why they're constantly attacked by the aliens. We got to knock it. We got to take out New York. Then we're good. All right, so that's my totally not canon.
Okay, I got to see how you're going to fit this one in.
Oh, there's another. Oh, wow.
There's one more here.
All right.
I wasn't going to do it, but because you did such a good job in getting the first two.
Okay.
Brian Dennis.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Please explain to me, to the world, to bat signals from the multiverse.
Yes, sir.
How in the hell does Coach Ken Carter fit in the Marvel Universe?
With all the demands on his time, Nick Fury is trying to rebuild S.H.I.E.L.D. Nick Fury is trying to manage S.W.O.R.D. Nick Fury is up in space on Saber. He needs someone, as we're looking at bringing in that next incarnation of heroes. Nick Fury has files on everyone. So he's thinking about how best can we use Miss Marvel? How best could we use possibly Miles Morales or Peter Parker, even though we don't really remember Peter Parker. But as we get these new heroes in, who can I turn these folks over to? Captain America went back in time. He's 119 years old now. Iron Man, Tony Stark, he passed away. Or did he? We've lost Wanda Maximoff. We've lost the Black Widow. Who can really find these young people? Who can I trust these powered kids into to really pull them together, to really make them a team? He thinks back to his youth. And he thinks back to when he was little. There's this coach that used to come over and visit his mom, maybe at night. And as he got older, he started to notice that not only did he respect this coach, but strangely, both he, his brother, and his cousin look a lot like this Coach Carter. Well, putting all those things aside, he goes, Coach, I'm going to hand you over the best minds, the best youth that Marvel has. I want you to make them a team. And Coach Carter goes, bring it, MFer, bring it. And Coach Carter, on the S.H.I.E.L.D. payroll or Saber payroll, so whatever the hell they have left now, some type of weapon that begins with an S.
Right.
That payroll is he's now the coach of the youngest of all young Avengers. That is how he's gonna make it work there, sir.
All right, man. I love it.
You made me work for that one. I dug it. You made me work for that. I love it.
It's your turn, man. It's time for games.
All right, we're gonna do Rated Nerd, and this is the reason why I came up with even the Will Smith mention for Men in Black. Because I got to thinking about who are some of the most most popular, powerful, prominent Black actors and actresses as we are moving through Black History Month. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to pick on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And before we get started, Will Smith, if you're watching, and we know you are, we will keep your wife's name out of our MFM mouth. Promise. But with that being said, Brad, I got a few questions on the movie career of one Will Smith. Are you
Okay.
ready, sir?
I'm ready, man.
All right, first question. Let's bookend his movie career with, can you guess, Will Smith famously had 8 #1 hit movies in a row.
Mm-hmm.
But can you guess, of all of his movies, what was the first #1 movie that he starred in? What was the first #1 movie that Will Smith starred in?
Independence Day.
Nice. In 1996.
Yeah.
Do you know his most recent #1 movie?
King Charles.
It was not, and I think it was not. And I think you mean King Richard, but no.
Oh yeah, King Richard, man. Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. It came out last year, and it is I think it would be the fourth in this series. I think it's number 4.
Fourth in the series.
Yes.
Oh man. Okay.
It is. It's the 4th one in this series.
Man.
He doesn't do a whole lot of franchises. Most of his movies are one and done for the most part. So,
man, I don't know.
He's only been in a couple franchises.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell me. I don't know.
Bad Boys Ride or Die from last year.
That was 2024 or
It
2025.
Well, it was 2024. Excuse me, not last year.
Okay.
My brain was still there. So last
That's okay.
2 years ago. 2 years ago. Okay. So his first
Which we
number
saw
one,
in the theater together. Yeah.
yes, his first #1 hit was Independence Day, which was in 1996. The most recent was Bad Boys Ride or Die in 2024. Now, as I said before, Brad, I'm just curious how many of these you can get. Will Smith had from 2002, I'll give it a year, from 2002 to 2008, over those 6 years, he had 8 consecutive #1 hits that also grossed over $100 million. I'm just curious how many of his grade 8, and by the way, this is undisputed and will probably never be matched again.
Mhm.
It's historic that any one actor had 8 #1 movies in a row. On top of those, all 8 of those movies made at least $100 million. Can you guess? Let's see. Of the 8, how many can you come up with? And again, the years are 02 to 08.
I think Men in Black is going to be in there.
Men in Black is not.
Okay, so Men in Black 2 then.
Men in Black 2 is, yes.
And 3.
It is not. Nope, just Men
Okay,
in
so
Black.
Men in Black 2.
Yep.
Okay. I Am Legend.
Yes.
Bad Boys.
Let's see here. Not Bad Boys.
Bad Boys 2.
Yes.
In Pursuit of Happiness. Or was that that was after?
Nope, you got it. In Pursuit
Okay.
of Happiness, yep.
Um,
You've got 4 out of
After Earth won't be in there.
After Earth, no, and it should have been. So far you've got Men in Black, Bad Boys 2, Pursuit of Happiness, and I Am Legend. I'm sorry, Men in Black 2, Bad Boys 2, Pursuit of Happiness, and I Am Legend.
What about Bad Boys 3?
Bad Boys 3, no.
No. Okay. Let me see here. What else is there? Oh, Hancock. Hancock's got to be in there.
Yep, Hancock is there. And I will give you Hancock for this 8 list. Hancock was the last. So I'm going to give it to you in order and you can keep guessing. So the first was Men in Black 2. The second was Bad Boys. So Men in Black in 02, Bad Boys 2 in 03. Then we're going to jump to 2006 with Pursuit of Happiness, 2007 I Am Legend, and 2008 Hancock. He then had 3 more, and I will give it a years. He had 2 in 2004 and 1 in 2005.
Trying to think. Oh shit. iRobot's gotta be in there.
iRobot. Yep, that's one of the 2004s.
Hitch.
Hitch is 2005, and this is where I knew, because I looked these up and I was shocked, because I will tell you, the last one is not necessarily, he is the star of the movie, but I will tell you it is not. It came out in 2004. It's that second one in 04.
Oh,
It
he was
is-
in an animated movie.
It is not famously known as a Will Smith, but you're right. It is an animated movie.
Was it what's it called? Shark's Tale?
You got it. Shark Tale.
Yeah.
You got it. Ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding. So again, in order, we have Men in Black 2 in 2002, Bad Boys 2 in 03, I, Robot in 04, Shark Tale, which is one that I think surprises most people, in 04, Hitch 05, Pursuit of Happiness in 2006, I Am Legend 2007, and Hancock in 2008. Fantastic. You did.
I, Robot
yes.
was such a good movie.
I, Robot is one of the best. I, Robot and I, Legend, I think, are two movies that don't get enough credit, especially, and I saw this on a podcast that was talking about just fantastic performances that bring up until the very end of I Am Legend, he acts alone.
Mhm.
Like, think about it. Like, we talk a lot about that with Castaway, but in when I Am Legend, until the last 15 minutes, maybe, and it may not even be that long, he, other than a few monsters that growl at him, he only acts with himself. And you don't, I'm a big fan of Castaway. You know it's apparent that he is played and he's only talking to himself.
Mhm.
He does such a great job, and I don't know about you, Brad, but the moment that always gets that ocular perspiration out of me is when he's sitting in the lab with Marley and hoping that the antidote worked. And by the way, any movie that has a dog named Marley, it's hard to watch.
Yeah.
You give me a dog named Marley in a movie.
And do not name your dog Marley.
Do not, ladies and gentlemen. Do not. All right. So the last piece of this you did fantastic is this. Again, so Will Smith is known primarily for either as a comedic actor or a action star, but he's actually done a fair amount of drama. So I have Will Smith's top grossing dramas, and there are 7 of them. I'm just curious if you can get this. You don't got to give an order, but I'm curious if you can figure out his top 7 grossing dramas.
Dude, The Legend of Bagger Vance has to be in there.
It is not. It is a fantastic, but it is not in the top 7 when it comes to earnings.
Okay.
It's not in the top 7. Again, very good movie though. Okay.
What about, well, dramas? I mean, this is sort of an action too, but Ali.
Ali, yes. I want to give you a bit of a hint here because I went how the movies are categorized. There is a movie we've talked about from his canon that I would think as more of an action movie, but because we've mentioned it a couple times already, it is actually listed as a drama. So, and it actually is his top grossing drama. So just give a little bit of a hint there.
Bad Boys?
No. We just talked about it. Right before we started this segment, we actually talked about it. His version of Castaway.
Oh, I Am Legend. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yes.
Enemy of the State?
Enemy of the State is not on the list.
Oh man. Emancipation? Because that was freaking amazing.
Emancipation, no. And I think and also because Emancipation was released on streaming, I think it wouldn't have been captured in this. So these were box office.
Okay. Let me see here.
We talked about another one as well. Not After Earth. Hitch, no, and it definitely is not After Earth, but similar casting. Not After Earth, but very similar casting.
Oh, In the Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness, yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to Focus, because apparently I just really want Focus to be on there.
Focus is not. You're doing great. You've gotten 3 out of the 7.
What about think I'm gonna have to throw the towel in on that one.
That's okay. That's all right. So let's take another angle of this because I'm sure you'll get them. But here's how they're listed. So the ones you got: I Am Legend is number 1, Pursuit of Happiness is number 2, Ali is number 5. So you have 4 left. And I'll just give them to you. So in order. So 1, what you got is I Am Legend. 2 is Pursuit of Happiness. Number 3, which you did not get, which is my favorite of his dramas, 7 Pounds.
Oh shit! How did I forget that?
Number 4 is another one, Collateral Beauty. Another hard one to get through without crying, but a beautiful film.
Yeah.
Beautiful film. Number 5 is Ali, which you mentioned. Number 6 is Concussion.
Oh, that was a good movie too.
And number 7, you mentioned earlier in the podcast, King Richard. King Richard rounds out with the top 7. So fantastic job, sir. All right. And then my last one, just to throw it out here. Do you know Will Smith's biggest hit of all time?
The biggest hit?
Yeah, and it's none of the movies already mentioned. It is none of the movies already mentioned.
I'm gonna guess it's Aladdin.
You are correct. $105 billion.
Man, okay, he was good. I mean, there's only so many people that could fit into a role that Robin Williams made famous.
Yep.
Make it their own and do a pretty good job, because you're never gonna meet the level of Robin Williams.
No.
Will Smith was the only person that could have done that.
Correct.
Yeah.
And again, this is when Disney still is doing this. They turned a lot of their classic animated into live actions.
Mm-hmm.
This one was done better than many of the others. I honestly couldn't get through the live action Mulan. I just didn't. It wasn't bad. I just didn't connect with it. But yes, this was done really, really well. So of all of his movies, and he is currently the most bankable movie star. You look at careers at this moment, and it is his biggest hit of all time is Aladdin at $105 billion. That was driven a lot. I mean, it was a hit here in the States, but it was a huge hit overseas. So again, Aladdin, $105 billion. So, sir, are you ready for my honest ad?
Before we do that, I got a little bit of a signal scramble I want to say. This is something new we're going to do every week. Either myself or Brian, we're going to throw something out for you, the listener, to comment, and you get to play the game as well. So here it is. It's time for the signal scramble. We'll throw the signal in the sky, and you answer it. No hints, no lifelines. First correct comment might even earn a spot on a future episode. So let's really see who's watching and listening. For today, I just got a couple of really bad movie descriptions. Okay, I'm gonna explain the movie really, really bad. You tell me what the movie is. All right, I'm gonna start off a little easy here. A family argument escalates so badly that it results in a prison break, an airport brawl, and a teenager from Queens getting dragged into an international politics without parental permission. Do you know what that is? If so, comment and do all the things. And one more. All right. A skinny kid from Brooklyn participates in a government science fair, gets juiced up, punches a Nazi enthusiast and excellent bone structure, and then crashes a plane because long-distance relationships are hard. All right. You tell me what movies are those.
That was fantastic.
And let us know. Brian, I think that is a perfect segue for an honest ad.
Perfect. Okay, so here's my honest ad. So, Bradley, did you know, as we're recording, this is February 22nd, did you know that 2/22 of any year is National Margarita Day? And I've been enjoying a spicy one throughout our podcast. With that being said, here's my not only honest ad, but my love letter to margaritas. Tequila, triple sec, a squeeze of lime. Margaritas bring the party every time. Served over the rocks, blended, or with salt on the rim. Drink enough of these and people will look better than if they lived in the gym. Liquid courage, endless jokes, and of course, that timeless wit. If you're accused of any actions that wind you up in court, just like OJ's gloves, they must acquit. Drink with friends on a date or even solo. Make sure you do it big. YOLO. Enjoy your day and remember these words. May the best of your past be the worst of your future. From your two favorite nerds.
I love it. Love it, love it. All right, man. It is time for the Better Than Us Human of the Week.
All right, sir. This week, my Better Than Us Human of the Week is going to go to the one, the only Ice-T. Bradley, Ice-T's birthday was actually this past Monday, February 16th. He is the longest running African-American police officer on television history. He's actually been in well over 400 episodes of Law and Order Special Victims Unit. He's had a couple crossover episodes, and he's been playing that role since 2000. So riddle me this, riddle me that.
Yeah.
If Finn Tutuola was a real police officer, he would actually have qualified for a retirement pension over 6 years ago. He's played this character long enough to legitimately retire
That's
from
amazing.
the New York City Police Department if he was a real person. So want to give some flowers out to Tracy Lauren Morrow, or as we know him as Ice-T. By the way, you want to guess how old he is?
63.
Close. He is 68. He is 68 years old.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. So what that means, Brad, is very similar.
And I bet you he's quite the body count.
Oh. Well, you can add Coco to that list. And so, you know what? So in the immortal words of Matthew McConaughey, you know, the great things about movies, we say the same age and they keep getting older. I'm butchering that. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a margarita, folks. All right. So, Bradley, what about who is your
man? Mine is Eric Dane McSteamy. Passed away from ALS.
Yes.
And then they aired the interview that he did for Netflix right after that.
Yes.
And it was very, very touching. You can't have kids and not have a little bit of ocular perspiration.
Yep.
Just seeing like how during the interview, especially during the interview, how good spirited he was and lighthearted he was.
Yes.
Definitely somebody that is worth. I'm not a huge Grey's Anatomy fan. As a matter of fact, I think we make fun of it more than we praise it.
But he was fantastic in The Last Ship.
Yeah.
He's Body of Proof. He's a great actor. Again, we're not big fans of that, but it doesn't take anything away from his acting talent, much less the life that was lost. And again, that actually drove me to rewatch Bad Boys Ride or Die, because he is in that as well and does a really good job as a villain. He played a villain and a hero, I wasn't say equally well. So with that, now I just want to bring up, as you mentioned with ALS and very real life circumstances, I also want to bring up the show Shrinking, just because this is a bit similar. I know you haven't watched Shrinking yet, but Shrinking, which stars Harrison Ford as the main characters in the show Shrinking, are all mental health therapists. Harrison Ford, though, particularly plays a therapist that shortly before the show begins, this is a crucial plot point, that he has Parkinson's disease. And the show is now in its third season, and throughout the show, Harrison Ford, in fact, he's gotten a lot of praise because his portrayal of someone with Parkinson's has been so authentic that many people have asked, does he actually have Parkinson's? And he does that job so great. But the reason I want to bring it up is this: in his third season, this is a baby spoiler, they introduce a new cast member played by one Michael J. Fox, who actually has Parkinson's. And you get to see Michael J. Fox, who many of us knew from the early days of Family Ties, Spin City, Teen Wolf, I think is a movie that also many of us have seen. And he is dealing with a progressive and unfortunately fatal neurological disorder. And the Michael J. Fox, and I mean this with all due respect, is not the Michael J. Fox we saw in the 80s and 90s, but puts so much, shows it's real. They show that the effects of it, all the things that happened there, but also is still Michael J. Fox, that dry wit so quick with it. So again, for another reason to watch Shrinking is how wonderfully they handle a very real thing that happens to people in the Parkinson's disorder. And then just again, not to take too much time from, which is about Eric Dane as well, RIP, with the ALS.
Oh man, yeah, well said. Brian, I think with that, it's time for our questionable words of wisdom.
They're definitely questionable, sir. All right, I'll lead off. So as you get ready to go into your week, thank you, boys and girls, for joining us for our pod, and definitely the favorite time we spend together. So as you start your week, take these words of wisdom from your buddy Brian, which is no retreat, no surrender. And remember, the Goonies never say die.
Remember to trust your instincts, but maybe not the ones formed at 2 a.m. And I don't rise to the occasion. I usually panic and improvise. All right, so keep your eyes peeled for TikToks and shorts dropping all week, and watch for those for your chance to jump into the chaos live. Don't forget to follow, like, drop a comment, share, and leave a 5-star review so you can help the signal shine bright. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. When the sky lights up,
we show up.
Because this is Bat Signals from
the multiverse.
Yes, it is. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, folks.
Maybe.